Morning, guys. How are we all? Hope you all have had a great Christmas, Boxing day off. Sucks if you had to go back to work today, um, but unfortunately, it's shit you got to do, isn't it? So, um, sorry. Yeah, Christmas Day, Boxing Day was a fucking write off for me. There was no way in the world I could have done any version of a podcast the last couple of days. It's just been flat stick. So. Um, not going anywhere today, so um, not much to go over actually. I mean, we got one game left, and basically just go over the. I might start on the tipping actually. So we've had two games go so far this week. Kenneth's still got a 4 game lead in the tipping. So 4 games in the next 2 weeks. You'd think he's probably nearly safe, but yeah, it's definitely not a foregone conclusion at this point. And going for back-to-back tipping titles, which is looking pretty crazy. Spirit's managed to get his way up into the money and actually got a decent break there back to third. The top three's pretty much just about set there with Kenneth, Joey, and Spirit. That's a decent break back to the other guys. So, yeah, it's what it is, man. So yeah, I'd say with 2 weeks to go, we've probably nearly got a top three in the tipping already. All right, we'll go over the games from last week. I don't know why I'm clicking on that probably because my brain's not really functioning at the moment. But all right, the big one, the Titanic Bowl last weekend. Big congrats to Matt pulling out a 5-point win over Spirit in the Titanic Bowl to claim his first trophy in the league. And once again, Spirit plays bridesmaid in a title game in this league. So much closer this time than it was last year. Last year his team didn't fire at all in the Titan Bowl playoff. So yes, honestly, there's not much to say. Yeah, Spirit had a decent lead there, but I know Matt likes to leave a lot of players playing until the last game of the week quite regularly, actually. Noticed that all season long. So he's always got that chance of coming home late. Yeah, just damn good, close game. I'm sure Matt was more than happy to finally take home some silverware out of the league. So now hopefully Rainman can locate the trophy, and we'll need it before awards night because we're going to have to get the engraving and stuff done on it. So we'll talk about that in the chat. I'll quickly go over the other games. So this one was Paddy up against Joe. Both scored pretty damn good points, actually. Pat's even playing players that didn't register any points at all. Did he not play? I don't know if Pepper's played or not. No, he was inactive. There you go. Apparently you don't even need a full lineup, Pat. It was probably there you go. Pat managed to take over late Sunday night. He took the lead, and then it was over at that point. So, congrats to Pat. Bad luck, Joey. Second time you've been in a pretty high position in the league and not managed to make it to the Titan Bowl final. So, I'm sure that's frustrating and disappointing. But yeah, congrats, Paddy. You've been up there all season and get a chance to fight it out for the title. And the other game was the Camp Bulldogs and Philly Eagles. Jakey up against Robbie. This game got robbed of being anything near a close game at all. Jalen Hurts going out in the first quarter basically fucked Robbie's team for the first time this year. Depth might have caused a problem, but the worst part is, and not that he ever would have sat Jalen Hurts for Jaden Daniels, but I think Jaden Daniels scored about 50 points. Even if he played him over Baker, it's a closer game, and would have hurt even more with Hurts going out when he did. So, Robbie's team was great all season. Just choked at the final hurdle. Sort of got coat angered by it, I think. The injury definitely didn't help, and a massive performance for Jakey from Jonathan Taylor, who actually remembered to hang on to the ball going across the goal line this week. So, a couple of times too, I think. How many it was? What was it? 2, 3 rushing touchdowns. There you go. Yes. All right, so that leaves us with Jake playing against Pat for the title in the Titan Bowl. I can't imagine that this is going to be a particularly... Yeah, that's what I thought. Even predictions. According to the predictions here, they've got a small favourite to the Packers. Yeah, if you look at that, it's pretty close. I don't know what we're looking. We have had a couple of games go so far. Where are we looking here? I don't want to look at my piece of shit fucking team. Here we go. Yeah, she's pretty close. CJ Stroud. There's a conversation to be had about his performance this season. He has definitely not lived up to what he did last season at all. Not even remotely close has he lived up to last season. In fact, I would say he's been, especially over the... He still scored all right, but I just don't think he's playing very well, to be honest. I'd say from probably about that week 6 sort of area, I think he's been quite disappointing, and the Texans have played accordingly as well. Now, I know there's been some injuries and stuff, but I don't think he's played well. I've watched him a few times now, and I've come away not being particularly wowed or anything by what he's done. Anyway, so Mixon generally scores pretty well, but the Texans just look like utter trash right now. So Mixon and Stroud kind of cancel out what they possibly would have done on any other week. Nico Collins had a solid game. George Pickens had an equally sort of solid game, so they probably sort of half cancel each other out. Callum Bullock and Deshaun Elliott pretty much cancel each other out. They both were pretty shit. And Justin Reed had a big game. Nick Bolton had a solid game. Will Anderson had a pretty damn good game. So still a lot of water to go under the bridge. Matchup wise, Herbert's probably got a solid matchup against the Patriots. Barkley against Dallas. Taylor against the Giants. Evans against Carolina. CeeDee Lamb against the Eagles. Probably pretty solid matchups there for Jake, actually. Man, Kyler Murray, he's done my head in this season. I watched a few Cardinals games. He always scores all right in fantasy, but as a actual NFL quarterback, I find him a solid, man. But I don't think the Cardinals ever win anything while he's while he's playing quarterback for him. I don't think they're ever a threat, to be honest. Just doesn't feel like a guy to me that's giving the ball with 2 minutes to go with the game on the line. I don't know. I know he's done it, but he just does not do much for me, old Kyler. From a fantasy perspective, though, he's fine. Bo Nix has played really well this season. Bengals defense is absolutely fucking atrocious, so he should at least have a solid game. Devon Aitchen against the Browns. I think the Browns are still having trouble stopping the run and so forth. So, and if they're seriously rolling Dorian Thompson Robinson out there again, the Browns offense probably won't do shit all either. So, I would say the Miami offense has a decent chance to be on the field for a fair bit, which encounter turns to Tyreek Hill, who also should get the chance to get some steps up. Justin Jefferson, he'll generally get his points regardless of whoever they're bloody playing against. So, Trey McBride's been solid. Unbelievable, eh? Trey McBride, I think it's a record what he's going for here. He's got 92 catches on the season, 958 yards, and not a single fucking touchdown. It is ridiculous what he's done to not get a touchdown. Like, you'd think just by accident you'd score one, but not to be. And yeah, defense is defense. I'm not here trying to predict anything, and I'm not here trying to predict what friggin' defensive players are going to go on and off, because it's borderline impossible. But offensively, their matchups of both teams actually look pretty good. Yeah, guys, look, there's really literally zero content to do anything on this week. When there's one game left, so without actually being able to get Jake and Pat on here to try and do a podcast, which I don't even think is possible anyway. That was the only way there would have been any decent amount of a podcast to sort of go over. They probably, I won't say the two most consistent teams, but they were definitely in the top couple of teams in the league all season, and both are playing off for the title. Good luck to both of you, and I'll talk in chat regarding who's got the trophies and stuff, because we're going to have to get them all back so that we can actually get the engraving and stuff done on them. And I'll see if I can conjure up some dollars for some trophies for you, as we did last year. All good, guys. Good luck, and I hope you all had a great Christmas and Happy New Year to you all. Yeah, see you next time.